Imagine being born, and your parents have already abandoned you. You're the size of a small dog surrounded by predators, and the first creature you see might try to eat you. For millions of baby dinosaurs, this wasn't rare. It was normal. Let's start with Argentinosaurus. This is one of the biggest animals to ever walk the earth. This dinosaur was absolutely enormous. Scientists estimate it could grow over 30 meters long and weigh around 60 to 70 tons. That's heavier than many modern airplanes. But despite their gigantic size, their parenting strategy was surprisingly simple. Lay dozens of eggs, cover them with soil, and then move on. From our perspective, that sounds awful. But in reality, it actually worked. Because baby sauropods were tiny compared to their parents, they were easy targets for predators. So instead of protecting the eggs, these dinosaurs used a strategy scientists call quantity over quality. Lay lots of eggs. Even if most get eaten, a few might survive. And once they started growing, they grew very fast. Some fossil studies suggest young sauropods may have gained several kilograms every day. Grow fast enough and eventually you become something predators can't attack anymore. But plant-eating giants weren't the only dinosaurs with dangerous childhoods. Because around some dinosaurs, life may have been even more terrifying. Now imagine growing up near one of the most famous predators of all time, Tyrannosaurus rex. This predator lived about 66 million years ago in what is now North America. It had a skull over 1.5 meters long, teeth the size of bananas, and one of the strongest bite forces ever recorded for a land animal. But fossils reveal something disturbing. Some T-Rex bones contain bite marks made by other T-Rex. The spacing and shape of these marks match their teeth almost perfectly, which means one thing is very likely, at least sometimes. T-Rex ate other T-Rex. Scientists debate whether this happened through active cannibalism or scavenging dead individuals. But either way, it shows that life around giant predators was incredibly dangerous. For many dinosaurs, childhood was the most dangerous stage of life. If you survived the first few years, your chances of survival increased dramatically. But not every dinosaur was a terrible parent. In fact, one discovery completely changed how scientists think about dinosaur families. Meet Maiasaura. Its name literally means good mother lizard. And it earned that name for a reason. In the 1970s, scientists discovered huge nesting grounds filled with Maiasaura eggs, babies, and young dinosaurs of different ages. But the most important clue was inside the nests. The baby skeletons had weak, underdeveloped leg bones, which meant something surprising. When they hatched, they couldn't walk yet. If the babies couldn't leave the nest, then the parents must have stayed with them. Even more interesting, the nest contained worn plant material that suggests adults may have brought food back for their young. In other words, these dinosaurs were probably feeding and protecting their babies. That discovery changed everything. For a long time, scientists assumed dinosaurs behaved mostly like reptiles, lay eggs, and leave. But Maiasaura showed that some dinosaurs behaved much more like modern birds, and that's not a coincidence. Because birds are actually living dinosaurs. Which means the parenting behaviors we see in birds today, protecting nests, feeding chicks, guarding young, may have started millions of years ago in the age of dinosaurs. So dinosaur parenting ranged from complete abandonment to possible cannibalism to surprisingly caring families. Some babies had to survive completely on their own. Others grew up under the protection of attentive parents. Turns out, dinosaur parenting was just as complicated as it is today. And honestly, some of them probably really needed a parenting manual.